Hello, Oji. I'm Joel.
I'm Kay. Nandito tayo ngayon sa Abukay, Bataan.
Welcome to our family vacation house, Honorata Ryokan. Dozo!
Tara, pasok tayo.
I think having a property like this, it gives us a little bit of pride and joy. Then nasasabi namin ng wife ko na finally we made it.
We prayed for it. And then gano'n talaga binless kami ni God. Madami kami struggle. Sobrang dami namin struggle bago namin siya mabuo. Pero I'm very thankful sa mga taong nakapaligid sa amin kasi they help us.
They help us a lot and very supportive. Sa side ko, sa side ng wife ko, they and friends, they supported us of building this one emotionally, financially, and then some of it physically, just to build this dream guest house namin. Yeah.
I'm Kay, and I'm 42 years old, and owner lang ng Honorata Ryokan Guest House.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Joel. I'm an engineer by profession. I'm 44 years old. Co-owner ng Honorata Ryokan Guest House.
Born and raised ako dito sa Bataan, and then yung husband ko tiga Tagaytay, so
Yeah, taga-Tagaytay naman ako. And then I studied here dito sa Bataan.
yes.
And then luckily I met my wife. Not here in Bataan but sa Manila. And then that's why we decided na mag-settle dito instead na sa Tagaytay. During that time I was OFW and kailangan iwanan ko yung wife ko and my daughter during that time. So I think mas komportable siya kung iiwanan ko siya sa bahay nila kasama yung mga magulang niya. So that's why nag-decide kami na dito na mag-settle talaga for good. Yung start ng property, at first hindi namin alam na we will be going this far. Nung time na yung wife ko, nagsettle sila to subdivide yung lote.
Yes.
So, luckily, mababait din yung aking mga in-laws. They gave us this location.
Yes, with the kubo.
Yeah, with the kubo in it. So, since yung kubo na to is parang legacy na ng father-in-law ko, so we decided na why not to renovate it. Just for the personal usage lang namin. Inspiration-wise, nung ginawa siya ng father-in-law ko, talagang everybody's happy. Lahat kami. Yung mga in-laws ko. And then, tuwan-tuwa kami nung na-build siya ng father-in-law ko. And then, the property itself, nung nag-travel kami sa Japan, for like,
2 months.
for 2 months.
For 2 months.
Yeah.
Yung,
Saan ba tayo mga nag-visit nun?
yung mga temples doon. So, maganda kasi yung aura ng mga temples kasi doon eh. Sobrang calm, relax. So, parang na-indab ako agad. So, nagtanong ko sa kanya kung pwede i-apply namin. So, yun.
Yeah, in-apply. So, naghanap kami ng part kung saan namin pwedeng i-apply yung mga sceneries na yun. So, nakita namin na sa entrance namin, itong wallings namin, small roofs, and then yung main door ng guest house. So, yun naman yung inspiration na inadapt namin. That's why the name Honorata Ryokan. The Ryokan is a traditional Japanese hotel. Yung term na yun na Ryokan.
And yung pangalan ng mother ko is Honorata. So, parang nagra-rhyme siya.
Yeah.
Honorata Ryokan. Tsaka siguro tribute na rin namin para sa kanya.
Yeah.
So, yun.
Actually, the idea is not originally from me. It so happened na my father-in-law, which is very close kami, he really loved the bahay kubo style. So, just to continue na reminder, yung idea niya when he's still around, kinontinue namin yun. So, ayaw namin i-divert yung design doon sa idea niya. So, we just improve it from his original idea and came out na ganito.
Because of the history of it. Gusto ko kasi na yung mag-continue yung history ng father ko. Kasi siya binuo niya yung kubo, happiness, kumbaga family, gatherings. So kami ng hobby ko, we want to continue that. Kaya bumayag ako na i-revive siya para mag-continue ulit yung story na gusto niya.
By history, yung wife ko, nung kids sila, like 7, 8 years old, kubo na nila yan. She grew up on this kubo.
Yes.
Kaya yung reminders na ibinibigay sa kanya and then the story behind the kubo, laging nandyan. At the same time, ginawa yun ng father niya. Napakasarap isipin na dito ako lumaki sa kubo na, dito siya lumaki sa kubo na to. I-continue niya yung legacy ng father niya and hopefully, doon sa mga anak namin, is makontinue namin the same thing at kaya namin ma-maintain tong kubo na to. Because the story behind it is so amazing para sa family namin. The lot area is 550 square meter. For the bahay kubo, yung floor area niya roughly nasa around 120 square meter. Yeah. Totality, including the additional building sa premises, is about nasa 300 yung total niya. Once you enter the property, you will walk through the garden namin. And then at the end of the garden, we have the entertainment room. And our entertainment room composed of videoke, TV, and then we have a children's corner. This area naman, ito yung aming swimming pool. This swimming pool is about 27 feet by 17 feet with 6 feet yung deepest part niya. It provided with jacuzzi and fountain at the same time. Beside the pool, we have the master's villa. This master's villa can accommodate about 3 to 5 persons with a queen-size bed and pull-outs. It has its own living area, mini kitchen with its private toilet and bath. Next to the master's villa is the gazebo. This gazebo can accommodate up to 12 persons, and then they can do also grilling and cooking at the same time. And yung main highlight ng property is the kubo. At first, when you enter, ito yung foyer namin where you can change your shoes, yung outside shoes nyo, and to in-house slippers. Ito naman yung aming kitchen. Yeah, and this kitchen, composed siya ng functional stove, spacious na working space, so you can cook your favorite dishes.
Yung spot nung master bedroom ng mother and father ko, kaya it's my favorite spot.
Next to the kitchen, meron kaming dining area. This table can accommodate up to 8 persons. And then if you want to do an indoor intimate dinner, you can do it in here. Or you can choose the gazebo area where you can do al fresco type of dining. And beside the dining, we have the sitting area when you can share chats and stories while after dinner or after meal. And on this spot, this is our common toilet and bath. We separated the toilet at saka yung vanity and then the shower area. So people can use it at the same time, separately. By the way, itong staircase na to is an old staircase. It's about 40 years old staircase. We didn't change it sa bago kasi we want to keep the memories nung father-in-law ko who initially built this staircase. Tara!
Tara.
And dito sa second floor, meron kami ditong toilet and bath. Meron kaming 2 rooms. Each room is a family room, can accommodate up to 4 to 5 persons. Both rooms are equipped with double decks. Meron siyang additional pull-out beds and provided with comforters and pillows at the same time. Marami kaming memories dito. And normally, during the gathering, ng mga bata pa si wife and bata pa rin yung mga anak ko, we used to sleep in these rooms and on this particular second floor. This is we celebrate here. And this is the original size ng old kubo namin. And before tayo magpunta sa living area, I want to share yung columns nitong kubo namin. As you can see, makikita nyo yung mga mark ng termites, yung kanyang wear and tear. So this reminds me of the old kubo na my father-in-law.
Ito yung nagpa-flashback sa akin ng mga childhood memories ko. Pag every time na nakikita ko siya.
Same thing dito sa second floor, ito yung living area namin. This living area is a personal space where people who's billeting dito sa mga rooms namin can stay here. And then can watch TV and then can enjoy the view dyan sa may veranda area namin. Just beside the living area is the veranda. Ito yung one of my favorite spot where you can see the whole property. And then you can feel the ambience of the whole property.
So, ito yung favorite spot ko din na nakita ko na yung father ko, nakasmile siya.
And then at the same time, maraming family celebrations, gathering ang nangyari on this actual veranda. So that's why we kept it as original as possible para ma-remind kami ng mga memories and stories behind it. And also our property have a private parking area, and this parking area can accommodate up to 8 to 10 vehicles at the same time. For the bahay kubo, it's a very exciting materials eh. If you can see yung walling na ginamit namin diyan, yan yung original na floor ng bahay kubo. We tried to reuse it para gawing wall. Pero flooring siya. Those are original tabla, old tabla. I think 1970s or 80s pa yan. And then yung mga poste niya, that is the original poste pa rin ng bahay kubo namin. Of course, the trusses and the other wood parts ng bahay kubo, original pa rin yan. Pero most of it, nung after renovation, we purchased the materials locally, dito lang. Most probably, others are local and others are imported materials.
Unique.
I think the story, yeah.
I think the story of it. Yung continue ko lang yung legacy ng father ko, yung gusto niya na happiness. Yun siguro yung kukontinue ko kasi sa side niya, sa side ko, and sa friends namin, is nagkakaroon kasi ng connections. So, yun kasi ang gusto ng father ko. At the same time, yung kubo kasi is binuilt namin siya ng love and guidance with God. So, talagang malaki ang yun ang masasabi ko na unique
Yeah.
sa kanya. Kasi yung sa style namin is
Common, yeah.
common lang kami. I mean, hindi kami katulad nung iba na talagang magagandang klase. Sa amin is the history na.
The story behind it.
Story behind it.
Yeah. Bahay kubo wise, this is about 40 years old na eh. And then when my father-in-law passed away about around 2013, so naiwanan na siyang unmaintained. Yung mga siblings and mga in-laws ko, may kanya-kanya silang life. And then wala na nag-aasikaso ng kubo until such time na deteriorate siya, naging crooked, unleveled, uneven na yung niya, yung kanyang structures. So yun yung pinakamahirap na part sa amin, lalo na dun sa workers ko, no, how to make it at least as close as perfect as possible. Lahat ng masyadong mas malaki yung time na na-spend namin for renovating comparing dito sa mga new structures na to. And then the cost is also much more expensive sa renovation. Yeah. So yun yung one of the difficulties na experience namin when renovating a 40-year-old kubo.
Pinahaba niya yung patient ko. Introvert kasi ako. So, it's very difficult for me to communicate with other people, especially nung time na ginagawa siya. So hard for me to communicate sa contractor, sa local workers, sa mga suppliers. So, yung part na yun ang struggle ko. So, yung ma-overcome ko siya, is something for me to, na masasabi ko na fulfilling.
And then for me, I think dreaming of something, work hard for it. And then yung leap of faith, yun ang pinaka-importante. Na dreaming will not end of dreaming. Planning is next, taking action. Pero after taking action, dapat meron kang consistency. Kasi you build something and later on, maniniglect mo din. That is useless. That is sayang. So, yun yung napatunayan ko sa sarili ko na if you want to achieve something, work hard for it. Take that one first big step para masasabi mo sa sarili mo, lumabas ka ng comfort zone mo. And at the end of the day, marirealize mo na you made it. Building something like this while you have a family to raise, it's parang double the pressure. Kasi I've been OFW for about
2004.
Yeah, about more than 20 years. And all throughout ng life ko, I worked. And then sometimes I dream na ano kaya yung pakiramdam to be a boss? Ano kaya yung pakiramdam ng to own something? And that kind of thinking nagbigay sa akin ng inspiration na why not build something? Why not meron kang lot, meron kang old kubo? Then build something that you can say na meron kang sarili. And then converting it to profitable kind of business is also parang bonus na lang para sa effort naming mag-asawa. Emotional, sentimental, and then yung knowledge tsaka wisdom ng binigay sa'yo nung taong nilulook up mo. That is something. My father-in-law is a great guy. He's an engineer. Meron siyang palabra de honor. The fact na malayo ako sa father ko and meron akong meron akong father na nilulook up kahit malayo ako. Something. I left na my first family sa Tagaytay when I was like 18 years old. And all throughout ng life ko, andito na ako sa Bataan. And then, my father-in-law gave us a chance to build something. Share us everything na meron siya, even though he doesn't have much. And that opportunity, I think, hindi ko i-waste yun. Dapat kailangan ko pa siyang i-improve. And as much as possible, kung kaya ko siyang i-share doon sa mga anak ko at sa magiging anak nila, why not? Just continue his legacy.
Yes.
And it will make us I could say we did it and successful kami. Maybe not financially, but yung happiness na na-provide niya, na-provide nitong guest house because of my father-in-law.
Very, very thankful kasi he raised me well. Tsaka yung mga kapatid ko, talagang na-raise niya ng maayos. Kami magkakapatid. Yung binigay sa akin to nung naman ako to, yung mga kapatid ko, they are very, very supportive. Kahit na yung mana ko sa bayan is naging akin, wala akong nadinig sa kanila, nag-against sila. Kasi ang lagi sinasabi sa amin ng father ko is, yung kapatid nyo is lagi yung titignan. Lagi kayong magbahalaan. Huwag kayong mag-iinggitan. Tulungan nyo kung ano yung kapatid nyo nangangailangan. So, yun yung nag-mark sa isip ko. So, kami magkakapatid, yun ang naging nakalakihan namin. At the same time, yung mother ko, napakabait din also. Kasi kahit wala na yung father ko, nandiyan siya to support us. Kami magkakapatid.
Want to share your house and get featured? Email us at stories.onlygood@gmail.com and tell us about your interesting home story. For more videos like this, subscribe to OG and be part of the community.